Imminent decision on whether to ban even more books from Marietta City Schools.
Well, the school board meets in just over an hour with 23 books on the line. Atlanta News First, Yasmina Alston is live at 5 from the Marietta School Board. And Yasmina, this impacts the type of material thousands of students will have access to.
Tracy, that's right. And local educators do tell me they expect this book removal to pass at tonight's meeting here in Marietta. And each one of the books on that list, including this one right here, would be removed for sexually explicit content. This is a list of the 23 books Marietta school leaders are considering removing from school libraries. The board will vote Tuesday night after a collaborative process done by a group of educators who went through thousands of books at the high school.
Using keywords, key terms, they've pulled down to about 800 books, and then from that 800 books, they then started a process of reading through them. So the 23 books that are coming up for review tonight for a vote by the board has gone through more of a district collaborative process.
Jeff Hubbard with the Cobb County Association of Educators follows these book removals closely. He says while Marietta school officials followed a process, some parents will still be concerned who believe this should be a parent control issue.
Whether or not they feel that their child at the high school level would be mature enough to handle adult material, and could they have the right to determine whether their child reads this or not. So I think that's where you're going to have the competing ideas tonight at the board meeting.
The school district is removing books, including this list, for sexually explicit content.
Anything with pornography, strong language, etc. They were very specific in what they told him to pull.
And that meeting does start here in Marietta at 7 o'clock tonight, and we will have a crew here to bring you the latest on that vote. Live in Marietta, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
It is a contentious back and forth, Yasmina. Thank you for staying on top of it.